Daylight savings time. Okay. Good evening, social media. How we doing, baby? I hope everybody's doing good. Why? Because it is the best day of the week, and we are at the end of the week. Man, oh man, do we got a lot worth talking about right now on today's episode. And on top of that, we got college football tomorrow. We got NFL on Sunday. We got the Giants versus Panthers in Germany. But everybody on social media is like, well, hey, what did Germany do to deserve the Giants and Panthers in Germany? Germany know what they did. They knew what they did. I'm just saying. But look, we got a great show lined up. And on top of that, it is Friday, okay? It is time to enjoy the goddamn weekend. However, before we get started, don't forget to click the link in the description of this video and click on the link that says True Victory. You will not be disappointed. Right now, they got a True Hero collection going on. So, whether you work with the fire department, whether you're a supporter of the fire department, whether you work for the SWAT team, whether you're a supporter of the SWAT team, it don't matter. Look, True Victory, at the end of the day, they got you. They got all the clothing that you need. They got all the accessories that you need. And all you got to do when you check out is use code NoMercySports15. That's code NoMercySports15. Don't worry, it's also in the description of this video as well, to get 15% off your entire purchase. True Victory, baby. Veteran owned, veteran operated. Let them know I sent you. All right, now. And now it's time for the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on social media. And at the end of the day, you will know whose game this is, with everybody saying No Mercy Sports. Let's get into today's episode, let's get into tonight's episode.
Nobody can stop me now.
Let me talk to you. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. I just wanted to see how long I could hold that. Woo! Like I said, we are live. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. There's some catastrophe going on in Dallas right now, because boy, oh boy, are the Cowboys showing us. If you can't tell, I'm a Giants fan. Anyways, the Cowboys are showing us that they really went all in. When Jerry Jones said he was going all in, he really went all in this year. Dak finally gets a contract that he deserves, getting paid $60 million a year. Man, oh man, CeeDee Lamb showing that he shows that he gets the contract that he deserves as well. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Aside from that, the Cowboys also decide, hey, we're going to get a shell of his former self. Ezekiel Elliott is back after a quick stint with the New England Patriots. And now on top of that, Aaron Jones has been added to the backfield as well. Yes, sir. All these moves to be 3-5. I kid you not when I say that. All those moves to have 3 wins and 5 losses, possibly soon to be 6. On top of that, their 5 losses have come to the Falcons, Niners, the Saints, the Lions, and the Ravens. And in nearly all of them, they have gotten fucking decimated. Yeah, Jerry Jones, you're really showing why you went all in this year and showing, hey, you know what? I'm going all in. I'm going to make sure I go all in and make sure that the Cowboys get put on the map and we get back to another Super Bowl this year. Well, I'll tell you what. Nah! That ain't happening anytime soon. And I guarantee that. I will bet my next paycheck on that. I will bet every goddamn penny I got on that. Because A, you're a dumbass. B through Z, what the fuck are you even thinking right now? You dumb son of a bitch! Now, as the Cowboys head into their next game against the Philadelphia Eagles, how catastrophic can this season even get for the Cowboys? Well, I'll tell you how catastrophic it can get. But for right now, we got somebody that's coming on to the show. He is backstage right now. He looks like he is having the time of his life, and rightfully so. But here he is.
Can't get no.
Nope.
I'm a bad guy, the one you love to hate. Andrew Anderson, spitting truth that just can't make. Got a podcast like a punch right to your face. College sports villain, taking it over the place. I'll bring the facts whether you like it or not. Dropping truth bombs, giving it all I got. They call me a villain. Well, I wear that badge with pride. Nothing but secrets they try to hide. Hard rock in my veins, rebellious to the core. I won't back down, won't take it anymore. The bad guy of the podcast world, that's me. Unleashing the truth, setting it all free.
I don't think that'll ever get old. What it do, baby?
How's it going, man? It just
Ain't nothing but a G thing. We got one more person we need to bring on, and here he is. What's good, big man? What it do? Oh, your mic's on mute right now.
Long day.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Happy to be here. Bro, I'm like, we closed the store at 9 o'clock yesterday, didn't leave till almost 10 o'clock. And then by the time I got home, it was like, dude, I was just too tired. I was too tired yesterday. I couldn't do it, man.
Hey, look, it is what it is. It is what it is. But look, how catastrophic have the Cowboys been this year alone when Jerry Jones said he was going all in?
I mean, he didn't go all in. You've seen the moves that they made in the offseason. Okay, if they were going all in, they would have went and got Derrick Henry. They would have went and tried to make trades to beef up their defensive line, to work on the back end. They would have done more. He would have done more. Okay, to where you wouldn't have had Dak Prescott, you wouldn't have had CeeDee Lamb, you wouldn't have had all these guys sitting there barking, "Hey, I want my raise, I want my raise," because they would have been too busy fucking winning.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
because they weren't, everybody was worried about me.
Yeah. I mean, hell, on top of that, Jerry Jones was like, oh, well, you know what? Derrick Henry just really didn't fit our offense. Well, you know what? Get an offense that is to his liking. Look how good the fucking Ravens are doing with him in the backfield. Jesus.
Yes, I mean, I completely agree. But again, I mean, they could have went after Josh Jacobs. They could have went after Saquon Barkley. They had there's plenty of running backs out there. Aaron Jones, like I mean, there was guys out there that they could have went and targeted. Instead, they brought back Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, that right there should tell you everything that you're going to need to know about that team.
Yeah, and Jerry Jones really ran that dude into the fucking ground, especially when Ezekiel Elliott was there during his first time.
Yeah, I mean, again, it goes back to the people that are running the show doesn't know football. They don't know football. I'm sorry, Jerry Jones has been at this for a long time, and clearly it has shown every time when you take football people out of the equation and it's stuck on Jerry Jones, he makes bad decisions. He doesn't understand talent. He's more worried about a guy's dick size than he is how they play on the fucking field. I mean, you're laughing, but I know we all heard that same video where this motherfucker could tell you how tall he was, how much he weighed, what his vertical was, what his 40 was, and then his dick size. What the fuck?
I'm not even arguing that.
If this is what you're memorizing, this is why the state of your team is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not even going to argue that. I mean, look, like I said, with a game coming up against Philadelphia, who's been on a tear right now, and Saquon Barkley with the play of the year, do the Cowboys really stand a chance against the Eagles?
No.
Even
though it's a divisional matchup, they play each other twice a year, every single year. They know each other. They know the shit that they like to do. They know how they like to play. Even with that being said, the Cowboys are good enough to make any game competitive just because of the sheer talent that they have.
Yeah.
But are they going to be good enough to win against the Eagles? Fuck no.
Hell no, especially with Jalen Hurts under center, Saquon Barkley in the backfield, dude that can nearly squat 700 pounds. Like, are you fucking for real? Like, no, there's no way that the Cowboys stand a chance. But
I'm going to guess that's Emily because it says Facebook user on my end. Okay,
mine too.
So I'm going to guess that's Emily. If not, Emily, look at this. Look at this, Emily.
he tried to throw me under the bus. He told me, Emily, look. Emily, look. Get it.
Look, if anything, please.
He's like, but I didn't do it, though.
Well, I thought we were better than that. He's like, I'm going to get this dude.
Oh, I heard her in the background. Emily, you are guilty as hell.
We can hear her laughing in the background.
Hey, I will say this. If you want it to be known that you want to see this dude take his clothes off, let it be known in the comments and give me a hell yeah.
Well, I'm going to start with a hell no. Okay, I'm going to start this off with a hell no right here.
Hey, look, I got to go with arguably the greatest of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin, because he gave us that quote. He gave us that saying, and it's not even close. Now, look.
What?
Give me a hell yeah.
What?
What?
Woman, this is a family-friendly show! We're trying to be friendly here. What are you doing?
We know what sport she's playing later.
That's right. And earlier.
It's called balls. Because there's two of them.
That's right.
There's no- Oh,
My favorite sport.
my-
It seems like you're always going to be the winner, huh?
Yes, I am.
yeah, you. I beg your finest pardon, ma'am. I beg your finest pardon. What?
This is going to be a great show.
Hell yeah.
And the fact that we
Emily's so laughing.
she's cackling in the background.
But you can't help it. It's so fucking good. Oh, sir, you got yourself a winner.
I do.
Oh, God.
He's like, she's cackling in the back.
How the hell are we going to do that, huh? How?
But just
The witness in the background, God damn it!
just hold on a second.
Suffering succotash.
All right. What's the next subject?
All right, yeah. Next subject. So look, Mac, I know you're gonna be happy about this, but because excluding last night, the Baltimore Ravens barely, keyword barely, escaped with a win last night over the Cincinnati Bengals. However, last week they put a beatdown on the Denver Broncos with a 41-10 victory. The Ravens are currently 7-3 right now and are one game back behind the Steelers for first place in the AFC North. Will they be able to finish first by the end of the season?
Yes.
The Ravens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But listen, we have yet to play the Steelers once.
Mhm.
So I got us beating the Steelers twice. Okay, understand this like it was bang for bang with Joe Burrow. And understand that Joe Burrow and Chase are the top duo. Top duo in the league. I don't care what anybody says. You can talk about any other quarterback, any other wide receiver. I don't care. They're good, but they're not that damn good.
Mm-hmm. No, I'll agree to that.
So understanding that we all knew that this was going to be a high scoring game. Now, I thought with the injuries and Wiggins coming back, Humphrey's coming back, everybody being healthy on defense, I thought we were going to have a better defensive game. Now,
right.
the first half, I'm just going to say this, like the second half, the Bengals, the Ravens got away with some penalties. In the first half, the Bengals got away with a bunch of penalties.
Hey, look, even on the 2-point conversion try by the Bengals, the Ravens got away with 3 penalties. 3.
Yes. But if you watch that video in real time, there's 2 of our defensive linemen that get held before that penalty occurs. Okay, and again, let's rewind this. Ted Karras, right, in the first quarter, before he got the first penalty called on him, he held twice and did hands to the face to Matabike. Like damn near had his helmet up here, his chin's down here, his chin straps is sitting over his nose. There was no call. There was no call. Then the third play, when he held him and hung on as he was trying to go around him, they finally called one on him. So, again, this is a divisional game. It's going to be – you can't call ticky-tacky fouls. You have to call it straight down the line one way. Look, if it's not blatant and it's not crazy, we're not calling it. And that's how a lot of our games are, which is why I don't get mad. Now, if the game ends on a flag – or ends on a no call, then okay, I could kind of understand that. Like, it's like, so I get where the Bengals are at. But if you watch that game and you've seen all the non-penalties that were called against the Bengals versus in the first half of the game that were called on the Ravens, we had 5 penalties before the halftime.
That's true.
That's true. That's why I'm saying, like, as long as it's not ticky-tacky fouls that they're calling on like every drive, there's 3-4 fouls. Like, then I'm really pissed off. But how it went yesterday, like, it was a good game. It was a good game from both sides.
I'm not even going to deny
less.
that. It was a hell of a game between both teams on each side of the ball.
I just don't know how you get 3 face masks on one play. That was impressive. That was truly impressive. He had so the same guy had 2 face masks going on at once. I was like, this is great. Like, how you accomplish that?
You ain't wrong, sir. You ain't wrong.
They was like, look, that's for both times they fucked you over earlier. So, no, you got to realize if they didn't hold him at least 3 times in the first half of the game, they didn't hold him all game.
Yeah, for sure.
So Matabike is one of those guys. He's a big guy and he's quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm gonna say at least 50% of the snaps he's getting held. He's getting held. They're underneath the shoulder pads. They're pulling him sideways. They're not letting him, you know what I mean? Like, but what are the refs going to say? The same shit they say to my son. Oh, you got to fight through it. You got to fight. Yeah. You want me to call it? You got to fight through it. If you're not continuing to fight through it, if they're holding you and you just give up, then I'm not calling that because they're technically not holding you.
Look, I believe in physicality. I believe, like, hey, play into the whistle. And even when you play through the whistle, and the refs got to blow the whistle multiple times and everything like that. Look, at the end of the day, there should, like, if the refs are going to throw a flag, there should be a reason why they're going to throw the flag. Look, players get held accountable for so many things, whether it's the fucking shit they do on the field, the shit they say in the press conference, even the stuff that they say on the field. Players get held accountable. The refs need to be held accountable as well, and it's not even close.
I mean, yeah, I think we all agree on this. Like, we would love to take 4 of those refs off the field.
Absolutely. I mean, hell, just take the refs that missed a blatant face mask on Sam Darnold and really stood there and say, well, you know, we didn't have a good view on it. Yes, the fuck you did. We nearly witnessed a murder on national television.
There are over 25 angles recording that football field at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and upwards of 42 in some stadiums. They have up to 42 different angles of that football field. So understanding that, you're not going to tell me that you take the 4 guys off the field, put 6 guys in a booth, you know what I mean, and let them do the replays. There you go. You have the one or 2 guys out on the field to actually throw the flag when the guys in the booth say, hey, that's holding. This is the number. Call it. Throw that flag.
They had the clearest view possible, but they really want to stand there and say, well, you know what? We didn't have a good view of it, blah, blah, blah. Sam Darnold's head was nearly facing you guys. And Byron Young held on to his helmet because he fucking knew that he committed a face mask and a attempted murder at that. But the refs really want to stand there and say, well, you know what? We didn't have a good look at it. Are you fucking kidding me? If that was Patrick Mahomes, it'd be a different fucking story. Like, oh my God, the dude that made the sack on Sam Darnold, he'd be getting handcuffed and carted off to jail if that was Patrick Mahomes, and it's not even close.
I mean, I agree with you to a certain extent to where, yeah, they would have probably seen that happen to Patrick Mahomes. But again, I mean, dude, I've watched Lamar get face masked. I've watched Lamar get belly flopped on top of and no call. Yeah. And you know what I mean? I've seen the same thing happen to Burrow a couple of times where a guy like because he's out of the pocket, you're going to belly flop on top of him. You know what I mean? Like, and every once in a while Burrow will get that call, but Lamar doesn't get that call. Oh, well, he's a runner. He's a runner. But again, if Patrick Mahomes, if somebody came up and flopped on Patrick Mahomes after he'd already been tackled on the ground and come up, they're calling that. So I get what you're saying as far as if that was Patrick Mahomes, but again, they've missed calls for him too this year. I'm not gonna lie. Like that Tampa Bay Bucks game, he got his ass whipped.
He did, but also clear false start. He did, but also clear false start on Jawan Taylor. We're gonna get into the City Chiefs in a bit. But for right now, there is some fight in Atlanta right now, and like we are seriously sleeping on the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, the Falcons are currently sitting at 6-3 and are in first place in the NFC South. Meanwhile, Kirk Cousins may have been good in Minnesota, but it seems as though he has found a home in Atlanta. As the Falcons head to New Orleans to take on the Saints, are they poised to make a run into the playoffs?
Yes, we said this. Matter of fact, this is your team, Andrew. You go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the Falcons get a playoff win. They're going to beat the hapless Saints. I don't see any way the Saints can win this game. The Falcons are just better. Top to bottom. I think we'll see the Falcons win a game in the playoffs. I'm high on the Falcons. I'm really excited about this year, but eventually they're going to run into the Lions, and that's where it's going to end for us. But hey, I'm very pleased with our team. I'm pleased with our organization spending the money to put together something that we could be excited about. You know what I mean? So we appreciate that. But do I think that we take out the Lions and make a deep run? No, I don't think that.
Hey, I see it like this. You know they got that swag.
Hey, swag is great, but the Lions are on a different level, man.
Yeah, look, despite one loss, the Lions are easily the best team in the NFL right now, and it's not even close.
I agree.
So, I mean, look, I completely agree with everything that you're saying. I mean, the Falcons do look like they can get a playoff win, but when it comes time to play the Detroit Lions, they're not going to get that win anytime soon. I mean, the Lions are just too perfect all around. They got Zadarius Smith in the trade deadline to replace Aiden Hutchinson. They have Jared Goff under center. They have Sonic and Knuckles, as Jahmyr Gibbs like to say, for the running back duo between him and David Montgomery. Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, this team is built to win a Super Bowl right now. Maybe multiple.
Yeah, they're a young team. I think the Lions are going to be good for a while. And you know, we've never seen a Lions Super Bowl, so it would be cool. It'd be cooler to see a Falcons Super Bowl, but you know.
So hold on. Let me do a quick rundown. Right. So for the Lions, they beat the Rams. They lost to the Bucks. They beat the Cardinals. Yep. They beat the Seahawks. They killed the Cowboys. They beat the Vikings. They beat the Titans. And they beat Green Bay. I'm sorry, but this week going up against the Texans, this is going to be probably their hardest matchup until December 15th when they go play the Bills. Like, I'm sitting here looking at the schedule, and it's the 49ers, the Bills, and the Texans are the only real team that I was like, these are teams that are going to give these guys fits. Because you know they were going to be good. They were really good last year. They were like they were a playoff, a Super Bowl hopeful.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, but looking at their schedule, they've played some decent teams. Now, them beating the Vikings, that was a good win for them.
Yeah.
Them losing to the Bucks lost a lot of respect for a couple weeks.
It was like, y'all shouldn't have lost to the Bucks.
Yeah, and then again, then after the Bucks, it's 20-13 against the Cardinals. Yep. But now, mind you, the Cardinals are a good team. They're a lot better than people expected. They're a lot better than people expected.
Yes.
So playing that close game to them, And then, again, playing Seattle, it was a good game for them in Seattle, 29-42. That doesn't really tell the story because Seattle only made a small comeback in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But them decimating the Cowboys really pushed them up the power ranking.
Oh, man. Look, they took last year's loss at the playoffs to the Cowboys real personal, and it wasn't even close. They were like, okay, we're going to lose in that fashion? Bet. We're going to run every trick play in the book against you guys.
But, yeah, so them playing the Texans this week, I think this is going to be their biggest test of the season so far.
True. I could see that. I mean, man, look, the Lions are that kind of team where they will endure a loss every now and again. But I mean, right now, the way that they look really poised to make a run to the Super Bowl, if not win the Super Bowl.
I can see the Lions winning.
Yeah. I can see them winning as well.
Barring injuries, I mean, as long as they don't have any more key injuries, Hutchinson going down was really painful because let's be honest here, like we know football, he was the defensive line. So understanding that, I do. I have a lot of faith. I at this point, like at the beginning of the season, I thought it was going to be the Ravens Eagles. That's who I thought was going to be. Right, okay. Especially the Saquon pickup. I thought the Saquon pickup and the Derrick Henry pickup, it was just like, man, it's destiny. These two motherfuckers with new teams go to the Super Bowl, and it's going to be a running back fucking feature. But now I'm sitting here looking at it, and I'm like, holy shit. I think it might be the Ravens versus the Lions in the goddamn Super Bowl.
I could see that. I really could. I'm not even going to lie.
And I'm just saying this. I feel like they're doing the same thing to Patrick Mahomes this year that they did to Brady. Patrick Mahomes is going to have a perfect season. He's going to have a perfect season, right? He's going to get the first week bye in the playoffs, and he's going to shit the bed in the playoffs. And the refs ain't going to be able to help him. It's going to be that bad of a game.
Well, look, we need to see the one thing that undid the Patriots was the fact that the Giants had a top five defensive team in the NFL. That was the one thing that they had, and the Giants defense was absolutely relentless, and it wasn't even close. Like, they were just knocking Brady down every chance that they got. And this was way back when football was like, hey, you want to get physical? Get physical. We're not going to call it roughing the passer.
Ain't that the same year that you had Strahan and you had Tucker? Or Tucker? Yeah. Tucker. It was Tuck.
Yeah. I believe it was also O.C. Umenyiora as well on that defensive end.
Yeah. But I'm like, I know those two only played together that 1 year, and I believe y'all won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
That's why I was sitting here thinking, but I know that's your team, so you probably know a little more than me.
I mean, clearly. but yes, the Giants' defensive front was scary as hell. Michael Strahan, Justin Tucker, O.C. Umenyiora, absolutely scary. It wasn't even close.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, so bitch, I don't recall asking you. Sorry, my Alexa went off for some odd reason. Anyways, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we will be back to talk some more NFL. We will see y'all in a minute.
Game day countdown with Mac and James. It's game day countdown, round rise and shine. Mac and James with the sports talk line. Big plays, bright lights, teams on the rise. From the first snap to the final drive. Big hits, big plays are the highlights. Countdown's on, it's football time. Game day countdown, Mac and James, let's go. Game day countdown with Mac and James.
Now, I believe it was a certain character on a show called Breaking Bad by the name of Jesse who said this infamous quote. They can't keep getting away with it! They can't keep getting away with it! The Kansas City Chiefs remain undefeated after their win on Monday Night Football against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Again, the refs need to be held accountable because they missed so many obvious calls in the game, including a blatant false start from O-lineman Jawan Taylor. Now, will the Chiefs be able to finish the season undefeated, or is there a loss in their future?
Well, I was looking at it, man, like the refs have been doing this for the Chiefs for years. This isn't a new development.
I don't know. It kind of seems like they've been doing it since the Chiefs went back to back.
Correct. And the Chiefs are always going to get the call. Patrick Mahomes is the new Tom Brady.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. If you look at him the wrong way, they're going to throw a flag.
Yeah.
He's the golden boy of the NFL. He brings in the money, right? Mm-hmm. Just like Tom Brady did. And that's just where we're at with it. The Chiefs, I don't think the Chiefs are going to go undefeated. I just don't. I think they're going to slip up somewhere in the season. They're going to run it so a lot of these games are close. They're going to run into a game where the refs can't bail them out. And I think that's going to be before the playoffs.
For sure. I mean, look, there's so many calls where, I mean, hell, even you like to preach about it with Miami, where Kansas City should have 2-3 losses on their schedule right now.
Right.
And they should have another loss courtesy of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but due to the overtime rules in the regular season, Baker Mayfield knew the game. It was over before overtime even began.
Well, as soon as they won the toss, Baker Mayfield, you could see the body language. He knew that his defense wasn't going to be able to hold up. And see, that's what we talked about before. That's the problem with the Bucs, their defense. It's not their offense; it's their defense. That's why the Falcons have beat them twice already. Hold the tiebreaker. It consistently lets the Bucs down. Defense. And Patrick Mahomes, he has ice in his veins, bro. Let's not pretend like he don't. Nothing affects him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to deny that. I mean, they're with the Bucs. They should have some very key wins on their schedule right now. But look, the Atlanta Falcons really showed that they were the better team when they were playing the Bucs in Tampa Bay of all areas, and that's one of, if not arguably the toughest places to play when it comes to the NFL.
Correct. So, I mean, it really is. I will tell you, and if you think, because, the big pirate ship is iconic, right? Even in the Outback Bowl, it's always so great. It's a hard place to play. Arrowhead's a harsh place to play as well. The Broncos, Mile High Stadium, is a hard place to play. And that was a big part of John Elway's success for all those years, because he did not lose at Mile High Stadium.
No, and he was a very physical type of quarterback as well. I mean, what was it? The 360 helicopter hit that he took to get a touchdown. I mean, man, unreal.
Yeah, he was brutal.
Yeah. And that was when the NFL really had a lot of physicality when it came to defense. We had guys like Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Brian Dawkins, Sean Taylor was just coming up.
Lawrence Taylor.
Oh, Lawrence Taylor as well. I mean, defenses in that time were just untouchable. And they really had key guys that stood out. And man, I just want to see that physicality in defenses in today's generation, but it's so hard to do that because this league is so fucking soft.
Yeah, they're never going to let them play like that again. People were getting hurt.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at the hit that Reggie Bush took. What was it? His first or second year in the NFL against the Eagles?
Yes.
Oh my God, that dude took a hit and he was on all fours crawling back to the sideline.
Well, and here's one thing. I like the protect the quarterback rule. You should still be able to hit him. He's an athlete, but
Yeah.
like you take somebody like Steve Young, who is just one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. His career got cut short because of all the concussions, because he was a running quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And he just kept getting hit over and over and over, and his career was way short. And we deserve to see Steve Young play a long career.
Yeah.
And Tua is going to be the same way. The fact that he's back out there is beyond me. Somebody should have sat him down and said, at least take the season, think about it, and then come back. I mean,
even the fact that he's like, reporter asked him, "Hey, you gonna wear the Guardian cap?" No, personal choice. Oh, so what you're saying is your next game on top of that, moving forward, could be your last.
Correct.
Like, look, I'm all for quarterback mobility and everything, but at the same time, Tua, you need to learn how to fucking slide instead of using your goddamn head. Because we've seen what happens when you use your head. We see it on social media with Antonio Brown, and we saw it on the field as well.
Well, I mean, the defense so rarely gets a chance to hit a quarterback. So when he puts himself out there as a runner like that, like they take their shot, right?
Yeah.
You remember the Saints, and honestly, the Saints should have lost every first round draft pick for 10 years after the bounty gate came out.
Yes.
Like they shouldn't. That was, you're out there trying to end people's careers, and we just acted like it wasn't a big deal. Sean Payton got suspended one season, and now he's coaching in Denver. That's crazy. That there was no more accountability.
I mean, look, they say karma's a bitch, and it really paid off because we saw a blatant pass interference from the LA Rams in the playoffs against the Saints, and the Saints didn't get the call. Look, I completely agree that there should have been a flag. However, at the same time, there should have been a flag thrown. And even when you play it on Madden with little to no rules, whatsoever, and somebody reenacted that, there was still a flag.
Right.
So, I mean, we need to get back to some kind of physicality. Look, I understand roughing the passer, but at the same time, it's like, some of these calls with roughing the passer, are you kidding me right now?
Well, the one where Patrick Mahomes 2 weeks ago throws the ball and the guy just kind of pushes him and he doesn't even fall.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even push him that hard, and they threw roughing the passer. It's gotten out of control.
It really has. I mean, look.
Crazy.
Yeah. At some point, look, the refs need to be held accountable for all this. Just hopefully Roger Goodell does something to put the refs in line, because I haven't seen officiating this bad since the Hail Mary in, what was it, like 2012 or 13?
Yes.
Like, that was some really bad officiating when you go back and look at it.
I mean, Goodell needs to go.
Yeah.
That and we don't get political on the on Villains Media Network, but the world is changing back.
Yeah.
To way it used to be, right? So, it's time to bring in a hard-nosed commissioner.
Yeah.
One that allows hits, but also cares about safety at the same time. It can be done.
Absolutely. I mean, look, we've seen it in the NBA, but now we look at how the NBA is today. It is so soft that it's like a little slap on the wrist, you get called a foul, and the dude on the other team gets a free throw.
Yeah, it's crazy talk. The NBA, that's why the NBA is unwatchable.
Yep.
Like, I can't even watch it. Like, and I love basketball, right? I love Trae Young. I love the Hawks, but like college basketball, you're allowed to be physical, but the NBA, you're not. Like that doesn't make any sense.
It really doesn't.
I mean, you don't have to allow like the 80s bad boy where they're punching each other every fucking shot. I get that. We can cut that out, but let them stick their hand. You can't even stick your hand in their face while they're shooting. It's a foul now.
Yeah.
Like it's too much just because they want high scoring games, but real people that watch basketball don't care about high scoring games.
No, the one thing we care about, there's a little thing that was going around during the 90s and the 2000s. It's called defense.
Right.
Like the NBA, especially even college basketball in certain games, is lacking defense.
Yeah, so because the rules were changed to encourage higher scores. Because that's, oh my God, he got fucked up. Why would he do that? Anyway, I'm watching Wake Forest and Cal, and how we just talked about quarterbacks sliding. Well, he literally just lowered his head into two defenders. Anyway, but yeah, so you got to let them play defense. Like you can't hand check anymore.
Yeah,
you can't put your hand in their face. Like, bring that back. That is part of the game. You make a shot when you can't see because dude, fucking 6'8" dude with a meaty fucking claw, huge massive hands in your face. Well, that's part of the game. You should have done better. Oh wow, touchdown Wake Forest. You should have done better. Like you that's why you have to create a shot. That's why the plays were so important. That's why pick and roll was so important. So you didn't have a big meaty claw in your face.
Yeah, and that's why we had built centers too. Guys like Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson, aka the Admiral. Like, we had some really built dudes guarding the rim down low. Oh my God. Fuck, what was his name? Shit. He did no.
Dikembe Mutombo.
Thank you. We had guys like that down low making rejections all the time. And you look at today's centers, none of them on their best day could even lace the shoes of the centers in the 90s and the 2000s.
Well, that's when it was fun. Imagine letting the Joker play defense.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, he's already, MVP all the time. Imagine if they let him block.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, a guy like Victor Wembanyama, he is a future star in today's NBA because he can easily play defense. He can shoot beyond the arc. Only thing he needs to do is put on some muscle like Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's all he's got to do.
It's hard for them tall, skinny guys to put on muscle. Like, it takes a lot. Like, there's so much, 7 foot tall. You just, and then, but the problem is, like, we saw David Duval in the PGA in the 90s. He put on this muscle, and all of a sudden, his game ended. Like, he could not make the shot. Like it will affect his game.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be big in today's game, like we just said. You can be like Sean Bradley would be a force in today's game. Could you imagine?
Oof. Oh my God. Easily.
So I mean, that's just where we're at with it. I don't know. NBA is unwatchable to me.
It really is, and so is like the refs in the NFL right now. But we're gonna stick on the topic of football right now. But we're gonna go to college. Why? Because I did not have Indiana being undefeated this season on my 2024 college football bingo card. I just what they're doing in Indiana is kind of beyond me. But as the season continues and Indiana welcomes the reigning defending national champions, Michigan, can Indiana remain undefeated and possibly get into the college football playoffs?
So I did some research on Indiana because I've been watching their games week in, week out.
Yeah, same here.
Or the highlights of their games. So let's go through their undefeated season, right?
Yep.
Florida International,
easy
trash.
win. Yeah.
Western Illinois, trash.
Very trash.
UCLA, trash.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte, trash.
Mm-hmm.
Maryland, trash. Northwestern, trash. Nebraska, we thought was good, trash.
Mm-hmm.
Washington, trash.
Yep.
Michigan State, trash. So, we talk about fool's gold all the time. I think that's what we're seeing here. I mean, because if we applied that same schedule to the South Carolina Gamecocks, they are also undefeated.
Yeah, I could see that.
Facts.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I see it like this. I mean, with a guy like Signetti as their head coach, yeah, the Gamecock, even with Signetti as the Gamecocks head coach, yeah, they probably do go undefeated. Especially with a schedule like that.
I think even with Shane Beamer, they go undefeated with that schedule. That is a pussy ass schedule, bro. Like I was looking at the other day, I'm like, man, I'm so impressed with Indiana, 9-0, blah blah blah. And then I go back the other day, I'm at work, I'm on lunch, I'm sitting in my car. I'm like, you know what? I wanna go through some Indiana stuff, right? I want to see what they're all about. And then I'm looking at these games and I'm like, oh, this is an ass schedule. Like they have Ohio State, but they don't play Oregon. You know what I mean? And they don't play Penn State and Michigan. They got Michigan this week.
But sure, let's exclude Navy out of the top 25.
Here's the deal. I think Indiana would beat Navy, but
I think it'd be close. But I would have to give the edge to Indiana.
I am going to make a prediction. I think Michigan easily covers the 14-point spread. They're one-dimensional, but after seeing what Indiana's done and the competition they played, competition matters, man. Like, I'm not sure Michigan doesn't win this game.
Yeah, I mean, look, Michigan, they are the reigning defending national champions right now, and they're 5-4?
Well, I mean, you lost a lot. You lost McCarthy. You lost your coach. You lost.
Right. I was going to say they did lose a lot, and they did lose a lot in the NFL draft. So it's none too surprising. I mean, even when Georgia had Matt Stafford under center, I think they won a bowl game at that time. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, they did, but Georgia and Michigan are different. So had Jim Harbaugh stayed. Yeah, Michigan would probably be 8-1 right now. I'm just going to be real with you.
I agree with that.
Matters, but without him there, it's just the way of the game. Like everybody left, and we're in the transfer portal era. You don't have to sit out a season anymore. Like you don't do none of that shit.
Yeah, I mean, hell, that's one of the reasons why Nick Saban even left Alabama to go be a part of College Game Day.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, I mean, it's working out for him because we're seeing a different side of this dude. And it's like, whoa, you actually have a personality? Who would have thought?
I like Nick Saban. He's obviously the greatest college football coach of all time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Sorry about that, guys.
You're good. So, we were actually talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, and right now they are currently fool's gold in the NFL. yes, they're undefeated, but there are so many games on their schedule where they should have lost. They should have at least 4 losses on their schedule right now. And obviously the rest missed a clear full start by offensive lineman Jawan Taylor. Right now, do the Chiefs finish the season undefeated, or is there a loss coming sometime soon?
I mean, listen, I will say yes. The refs have missed and made some bad fucking calls. Some eye-opening shit has been missed.
Yeah.
Okay. But with that being said, they could very well go undefeated. And the whole thing is they're a good team. Okay, it'd be different if it was a complete shit team that was still undefeated, but they're a good all around team. Okay, now have they had
about that though?
Okay, I mean,
look, they have so many. Thank you. They have so many off the field issues. Their best wide receiver is Xavier Worthy. They have Travis Kelce to rely on. They have the greatest kicker in NFL history being Kareem Hunt. Like, there is just so much wrong with the Kansas City Chiefs right now. The fact that they're undefeated is mind-blowing.
I mean, I don't think he's the greatest kicker in NFL history, but, he's good. I mean, he's definitely one of.
So would you say Urban Meyer?
I mean, Urban Meyer was a great kicker of kickers. I mean, I'll give you that. Cost him his entire NFL career.
Facts.
But I mean, like you got Morton Anderson out there, right? You got Jason Elam. You got Adam Vinatieri. I'm not ready to give Hunt the title yet.
I mean, no,
I'll agree to that.
In my opinion, Justin
Matt
Tucker. No, Justin Tucker. I'm taking Justin Tucker all day. Justin Tucker has one of the best accuracy percentages as far as field goals. He's got one of the best accuracy percentages over 50 yards. He has the longest kick in NFL history.
What was it, like 66 yards?
Yes.
Hey, look, Matt Stouffer was that dude too, though.
No, he was. We've had 2 great, but here's the difference. Matt Stouffer probably never going to get into the Hall of Fame. Justin Tucker will.
Okay, so Adam Vinatieri versus Justin Tucker. Who you got? Like, 2 of the best kickers.
I'm taking Tucker because Tucker could kick way farther than Vinatieri could for way longer.
I'm taking Vinatieri. Tucker may have kicked longer, but Vinatieri was. You talk about somebody who had ice in his veins. I mean, like, it did not matter. 58-yard field goal. I mean, Super Bowl. If you missed the kick, I mean, just right down the fucking middle every time. I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not a Colts fan. I'm not a Pats fan. I'm not a Ravens fan.
Plenty of kicks in my lifetime. I've seen him with plenty of kicks.
That's why.
Hey, look, all I'm going to say is Adam Vinatieri, Robbie Gould, Justin Tucker.
Who is this Facebook user?
Yeah. Your guess is as good as mine, for real. But yeah, like I said, Adam Vinatieri, Robbie Gould, Justin Tucker. Like, it is real close between those 3 guys.
I mean, what about Morton Anderson?
Yeah, and then the one from the Raiders,
Janikowski.
Yeah, there you go, Janikowski. That was a good
only fucking lefty kicker I've seen in the NFL.
Hey, there's been some good kickers, like some real good kickers in the NFL.
Oh, for sure.
That's why I'm saying, like, you had to go back in the history books. The only reason I can say Justin Tucker is because of all the percentages records that he holds currently.
What up, Terry?
Hey, what it do, Terry? Oh, dear God.
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Madam!
Look, we have fun.
Facts. You know what? Facts. I'm not even going to deny that. But so like we were discussing, Indiana being undefeated this season was definitely something I didn't have on my 2024 college football bingo card. As the season continues and Indiana welcomes the reigning defending national champions, Michigan, can Indiana remain undefeated and possibly get into the college football playoffs?
No. So Mac missed what we just did.
I'm going opposite. I'm saying yes. Yes,
So
they will remain undefeated. The Michigan does not have the offense to beat them.
So we're not talking about Michigan as far as that. They still have to go to Ohio State.
Yep.
And I just ran down every team that they beat this year, and the best team that they beat was a under 500 Nebraska team. Like it's they didn't beat nobody. Like that schedule right there.
I mean,
bro,
Matt Rule doing something in Nebraska.
I mean, it ain't it, man. This shit is smoke and mirrors, bro. I'm telling you right now. I was looking at that at my lunch, and I'm looking at Western Illinois and Northwestern and Maryland, and these are the like the best team they played was a below 500 Nebraska team. Fact. Michigan covers that spread. Like the spread's 14. Michigan's going to cover that spread, and Ohio State is going to beat them. They are not going undefeated.
No,
shit.
I said they have a possibility, but they're beating Michigan. I'm calling that they're beating Michigan.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do beat Michigan.
And you're right. Michigan will cover the spread because they're probably going to beat Michigan by 3 or 7 points. It's not going to be a big blowout game, but I'm just saying they're beating Michigan. They're going to beat Michigan this week.
So,
Jesus Christ,
Madam!
So they should, but hear me out. I get to be the boss. Michigan is covering that spread. Like you need to hear me out here. It's a 14-point spread, and Michigan is covering it, and Michigan may win. But Indiana's 100% not beating Ohio State. That is not going to happen. Did you hear? I mean, you were gone. Did you hear the teams that they played, dude? None of that shit's impressive to me.
Yeah, no, I do. I listen when I go through and I make my picks for the week. I go through ESPN. ESPN has all of the games that they've previously played. I do that just for fun. I'll average it out what each team is, and I'll kind of go for that as far as the offense, and then I'll do the same thing for the defense, and I'll do the statistics side of it. So yes, I get it. The competition definitely matters, but I've seen this Michigan team play this year a couple times, and I've seen them completely shit the fucking bed. Missed tackles. I'm talking fundamental fuck up and lose games. So yeah, I'm going to take this undefeated team that's coming in on a hot streak that's going to sit here and wind up beating them. Like I said, I got them winning by 3 or 7 points just because the offense is going to move up and down the field. Like they're going to get a chance to score multiple field goals. And that gives them multiple chances to possibly score touchdowns. And I'm not impressed by Michigan's offense. Like, bro, if you stop the run, you essentially stop that offense. So
I don't look. Indiana's a 14-point favorite for a reason, right? Like they're. But I got this feeling that Indiana goes down tomorrow. I got a feeling.
We shall see what happens for Indiana. I mean, maybe they lose to Michigan. Hey, maybe they lose to Ohio State. But look, I will say this:
Ohio State, they lose to Ohio State. Ohio State's good.
Yeah, that's true.
They ain't Michigan, okay? listen.
We're not in Salem.
Let's keep some of it a secret, or at least in the group chat. Leave it in the group chat.
I love the energy, but God damn it, we're not in Salem. Oh,
Hey, look, it's gonna be a good night. So, Terry, Indiana plays Michigan.
Yeah. So Michigan does go 5-4. Michigan does go into undefeated Indiana to take on the Hoosiers, and on top of that, the Hoosiers are in the top 25 of college basketball right now. Man, good year to be a Hoosier fan. I'll tell you what. But look, we're going to move on from football. We're going to go to baseball right now. Why? Because tis a sad day because baseball season has come and now gone. The Dodgers finally overcame the 162 game regular season hump and needed to spend $1 billion just to win a World Series. But hey, you gotta spend money to make money.
Look, nobody hates the Dodgers more than me, but this thing that you have about the Dodgers, not I mean, like they got 3 World Series. They go at least to the World Series or the LCS every single year. Like, you're not gonna win it all the time. Like, it's just not gonna happen.
No, for sure.
And news. So Max Fried was at the Dodgers camp because he's a free agent, and he was eating with Freddie Freeman. And could you imagine the Dodgers also picking up Max Fried? Like, that's crazy.
Well, look, all I'm saying is the Juan Soto sweepstakes are now underway. A lot of teams, including the Tampa Bay Rays, if you can actually believe that, want to try and land the 26-year-old phenom. What team has the best chance at signing Soto to a deal?
Baltimore Orioles. We are going to throw money at him.
Are you putting bias aside? Are you putting bias aside?
Bias aside. Listen. This is just a little, like, I wouldn't call it insider information, but I'm in enough group chats. I'm in enough social media things with multiple people who are season ticket holders. So, you know, they said in the call of the meeting they had, they said in free agency, we are going to make a big push, and we have 3 big names that we are trying to go after. And one of them is a divisional name. Divisional name. What big sweepstakes is in the divisional? We didn't get to go after Ohtani last year because of bullshit ownership, the Angelos. Now we have.
Look, on top of that, y'all got some really young players on some rookie deals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a handful of our main guys aren't going to need to be paid for another 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
So
I don't think so. You know who I think is going to throw the money at him, and I think that if the Yankees aren't going to sign him, I think he wants to stay in New York. I think the Mets are going to. I think the Mets are going to throw money at him because the Mets they spend money. They had the largest payroll in baseball last year. I think we see him end up in New York.
I mean, I really don't see the Mets. I mean, they signed guys like Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer just for them to walk and go to other teams. And on top of that, we saw Max Scherzer go to the Texas Rangers and win a World Series with the New York Mets paying him.
So I think the Mets are the front runner. I haven't been following it that closely. I don't know like who's courting him. The Mets may not even be courting him, but the Mets have the money. He's already in New York. I'm just saying, I could see it.
I mean, I could see it too. Look, I'm not gonna like Mac. I ain't gonna be biased anytime soon. But I think that Juan Soto and the New York Yankees do come to a deal. Facts. Fuck the Dodgers. Go Diamondbacks. Look, I'm in the desert area, and I'll be damned if I root for the fucking Astros anytime soon. But I will say this. I think there is some unfinished business with Juan Soto and the LA Dodgers. I think that I think Juan Soto stays on the Yankees. Why? Because he's got some unfinished business and wants to get that World Series and wants to help the Yankees get that World Series because the Yankees just absolutely sucked shit in the World Series, and it wasn't even close. I understand that Juan Soto won the World Series in 2019. However, I think that he's got some unfinished business and wants to stay with the Yankees and beat the Dodgers in the World Series if that time comes.
Dave, Jerry, is that still you? Like, I don't think my wife's gonna kill me. I can't swear to it. But I think he stays in New York, Yankees or Mets.
Yeah.
But
I will say this. I think your wife is Bette Midler because she puts a spell on you.
there's definitely a spell. We're not going to deny that. But I will tell you, if for some reason, damn, that dude just nailed a fucking 57-yard field goal in college. But if for some reason he was to go to Baltimore, man, how fucking dangerous do the Orioles become?
Oh, they become insanely dangerous. It's not even close.
Yeah, I mean, in the fact that we let what is his name, Eloy Jimenez that we got from the White Sox, we let him walk.
Eloy Jimenez.
Yeah, we let somebody else walk. I can't remember, but yeah.
Whoop, sorry.
We have the space. We have a lot of money that we can now throw around. And I think now that we have a bunch of young guys that we have on the roster, let's throw some money.
I mean, you got Bowser, you got Holiday, you got fucking.
The problem is, would he want to go there? That's where we're at.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. So with him leaving, we have a big opening in right field or left field. But that's where he plays. Like you can play him in the outfield. You can play him on first base. Like it's really like what.
Switch this to work. Here we go. My shit was tweaking.
What the?
What was that? Did we just get hacked?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you're muted right now. Yeah, still can't hear you, dude. Still nothing, for real.
Nothing, not a thing. Matt can't hear you.
Yeah, for real. Not even gonna lie. Adley Rushman, that was the dude I was thinking of. Holy shit!
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you sound like Darth Vader, but kind of
No, so AirPods, and they keep linking to the day. No.
I mean, you're there, but you're not. But I will say this. Look, I could really see a guy like Juan Soto going to the Baltimore Orioles, but at the same time, there was a report that was put out that the Dodgers really said, hey, we're going to move Mookie Betts from the outfield to the infield.
Yeah, they are.
Just to make sure to make room for the outfield for a guy like Juan Soto. Now, the Dodgers already spent $1 billion bringing in Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Shohei Ohtani. Hopefully this works, though.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
My wife keeps hooking up her damn AirPods, and they keep linking to the computer.
Oh, fucking technology. It's only a matter of time before Terminator becomes a real thing.
Hey, did y'all see the fucking Tesla dog that's on the grounds of Mar-a-Lago right now?
Yeah, I've seen.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that shit is what worries me.
Me too. I'll see if I can pull it up.
Them robots that they have, and they're taking them to basketball games and stuff. Like, man, everything in me is like, smash it, tear it to bits. Like, fuck no, let's end this shit now. We do not need no motherfucking robots walking around like. Bro, I'm sorry, bro. You got something that is essentially stronger than 20 motherfuckers that can literally just start chopping people down. And
right.
You know what I mean? Like, you talking about you would need a gang of motherfuckers with guns and shit to be able to take one down. Let alone you got 150 of them being made every 6 months.
Say this, just don't send them to Florida because we got there's a whole lot of Florida men that are gonna put their bodies on the line.
Yeah, I'm sure they would try to rape it, but I mean it's not consent, okay? It's not consent.
Definitely in Arkansas.
Where else with that? Okay, my bad.
I mean, look, all the people of Arkansas, the only thing that they're going to have to do is go to fucking Walmart. But,
Christ. You know what? I don't want to know.
Ma'am!
No.
Ma'am!
Wow. That's scary.
If you want some witchcraft shit, which I know you are because we got a witch, go to Salem.
We went. So hold on. Let me play this clip real quick.
For sure. Go for it.
Yeah, there it is. It looks like it's actually walking around.
What the hell is even that?
It has a weapon on there, a 360 camera, heat seeking. It has infrared. I mean, like, that shit's scary. Like, Mac ain't joking. Like, that shit's real fucking scary. And one of those little dogs could take out like 20 men.
Like, you understand the hydraulic system and the mechanisms in there. That thing can jump.
Yes.
Like, imagine that's like what, a good 400 or 500 pounds, and that thing can leap and jump and move very quickly, like just running at you. Like, that thing is like getting hit by a fucking car. And then imagine that thing starts jumping on you and crushing you, like, and then let alone the weapon that it is equipped with. Like, imagine if it had a gun on that motherfucker and it just you're like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Like,
no,
this is not the movies, bro. This is not the movies. Like, you understand the armor that you would have to be prepared to deal with something like that. Then you're out. You have to outsmart a computer.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you gotta outsmart a computer. But look, let's go back to the Soto sweepstakes. I mean, there's a lot of teams out there that want to sign him, and like I said, the Rays are included, but I really don't see the Tampa Bay Rays signing a guy like Juan Soto anytime soon. Now, granted, if they still had Wander Franco, had he not gone through his fucking bullshit that he's currently going through, if you know, you know, then if the Rays actually signed Juan Soto and they still had Wander Franco, yes, the Rays. Madam! What the hell? I can't even be mad at that.
If you're Juan Soto, why the fuck would you go to the Rays?
Also, yes.
Listen. First off, the Yankees are going to tell him, listen, whatever you get offered, we're going to match or we'll beat if necessary.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go out, you experience free agency, you do what you want to do. Okay.
Yeah. I will say this. It ultimately is going to come down to the Dodgers and the Yankees.
I honestly, I don't think the Dodgers are in this.
Now,
Really?
they too much.
Like that's.
Oh yeah, they did spend $1 billion on Yamamoto and Shohei Ohtani.
So
yeah.
we can't have Chris Paul and Kobe Bryant on the same team, but the Dodgers can have every fucking body. No.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
Freddie Freeman didn't even want to go to LA, but his fucking agent made him.
I mean, that's neither here nor there. Like you're talking about a guy that every team, okay, I'll say half of every team is gonna at least throw a number out there. They're gonna throw their best number out there at him. Okay, and knowing that, like again, out of those 15 teams, you're now gonna chop that down to like 8 teams. And that's really where he's going to be looking at. And now you're talking about the team's either going to have almost no real, cap. Like they're not going to be in any cap danger. It's going to be low. That's why I think the Orioles are going to be in a big running. Because if you look at our
I mean, you got a bunch of guys that are on a lot of rookie contracts.
Yeah, I mean,
Adley Rushman, Bowser,
we're at 26
Holiday,
26 million for our whole system. Our entire system is sitting at 26 to 28. I can't remember.
Is Felix Batista projected to come back?
Yeah, he's going to be back next season.
Woo! Fucking ALE's about to be fucking lit.
So that's what I'm saying. We're going to need a first baseman, and we're going to need at least an outfielder, and we need another starting pitcher. Those are we need
first baseman. I'm not sure who the guy is. I'd have to look it up.
Mountcastle, but Mountcastle is supposed to be a free agent. I believe he's going to be a free agent.
All right.
Hold on, what wasn't it you that told me that? I thought you were the one. I thought it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. You told me he was going to be a free agent. I was like, oh shit, that's right. He is going to be a free agent.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, we'll see how this offseason goes. It's definitely going to be an offseason worth watching. But we are going to take our final commercial break. We got some football predictions, both NCAA and NFL, coming up. We are going to take our final commercial break. We will be back in less than 30 seconds. Yes, you can't help but do the Donald Trump type of dance when it comes to South Carolina and being there for the original Sandstorm. You can't help it. You gotta love it. Look, it is I, Donald J. Trump. I have seen what has been going on this show. I love it. It's great. It's fantastic. Look, I love the Villains Media Network. It's great. It's fantastic. The shows that are on there are awesome. They're great. They're so good. Oh, there's not enough compliments in the book. But
hold on. Did your team make the playoffs the last 2 years?
The Giants?
No. I'm talking about the person that made the comment. Like you had to have brain damage to go to play in Baltimore. Is you crazy? Like we've been one of the most teams over the last 2 years.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Baltimore Ravens have been in the playoffs the last 2 years.
No. We're not talking Ravens. We were talking
Orioles.
And
the Orioles.
We've made it to the playoffs with one of the youngest teams in the league. On top of that, having the lowest cap hit in the league. One of the lowest cap hits. But, I mean, are you kidding me? We got money to burn now. We got Are you kidding me? This is not the Orioles.
Y'all got the fucking future son to your team right now. Are you kidding me? Jackson Holiday, Adley Rushman, fucking oh my god. Moo Cowser or Moo Bowser, Cowser. Something like that. I've seen the signs.
Cowser. Well, it's because of his last name, Cow.
Yes.
So that everybody moves. But yes, we've got a bunch of promising guys.
Look, going into the 2025 season, there is not a team I am excited more about than the Baltimore Orioles. They have a lineup stack. And if Felix Bautista is making a comeback, man, oh man, like we predicted, it's going to be the Yankees and the Orioles. They're going to go back and forth. It's not close.
Yes, yeah. Oh man, that's what I'm saying. Like I really can't wait to see what the Yankees do. Like, and it's funny that we're so interested in each other's teams, but we are division rivals.
Yes.
So
hey, I'll give respect where it's due. Orioles know what they're doing right now, especially with the players that they have brought on.
I say watch out for the Red Sox.
Yeah, no, I mean, but that's every year. Every year. Like the Red Sox have a decent team. Like there's been a few years where they've kind of shit the bed, but for the majority of my lifetime, they've been a good team.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're consistently in the picture. Now, you know, what was that? 04 and 07. Like, yes, those will always be those super cherished years, but. You know what I mean? The Red Sox and the Yankees, yes, that's the real rivalry in our season. For me, it's the Yankees and Orioles, especially the last 2 years. It's been fun.
No, for sure. And look, one division I'm gonna have my eyes on is easily the AL Central. Look, the Minnesota Twins are on, the Kansas City Royals are on, especially with the lineup that they have. Madam! What the hell? And on top of that, the Cleveland Indians are coming off of division-winning season, and man, oh man, is 2025 going to be a season to watch? But we got some college football predictions that we need to make right now. Starting things off in the early game, we got Purdue going into Columbus, Ohio, the Horseshoe Stadium, taking on number 2 Buckeyes.
No, he intercepted it. Yeah, that's just going to be an ass beating. Purdue may lose by 50.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a big scoring game. I don't know about 50 because the Ohio State is going to run the ball for fucking 4 quarters, bro. Like, they're going to run the ball and run the ball and run the ball. Now, don't get me wrong. Smith is going to get his yards, but for the most part, they're going to run the ball.
Yes. Ohio State finna put a beat down on Purdue.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so next game up, we got number 4 Miami going into Atlanta, Georgia to take on the Yellow Jackets.
I mean, the Yellow Jackets are a decent team, but they're not going to beat Miami.
No, I honestly wouldn't put it past Georgia Tech if they make the game a very close game, but ultimately I'm taking number 4 Miami.
Yeah, Miami might be shaky in the first 2 quarters, but that second half, they'll come out of halftime firing.
Do it. I'll get out. Sorry, I got SmackDown on right now, but there is actually this game that, you know what, we're going to get to that in a bit. We got Florida going into Austin, Texas, to take on number 5 Longhorns.
So this game is going to be a much better game than people anticipate. Florida has gotten good over the past couple weeks, but they're not going to go into Texas and win. So give me Texas.
Yeah, I'll take Texas. Team.
Again, sorry, I got SmackDown on right now. We got the OG Bloodline. What looks like they're in unison right now. Oh my God, is the build up to Survivor Series War Games even better, especially after what just happened right now. Anyways, this should be an underrated game right now, but we got Minnesota, going into Piscataway, New Jersey to take on Rutgers.
Give me Minnesota.
I'm gonna take Minnesota too. Rutgers is one of the teams I'm most disappointed in.
Yep.
I'll take Minnesota as well.
They lost multiple games this year that they should have won.
For sure.
And then they beat the shit out of under teams, and then turn around and anybody who's even close to their level or at their level, they shit the bed. Nah, fuck it. Fuck them. Fucking Minnesota. Yeah. Because Minnesota's playing up to teams. And at least they get points. So
yeah, I'll take Minnesota as well. I'm not even gonna deny that. Now, Navy, oh my God, what the fuck, guys? Y'all really lost to fucking Rice? What the fuck? I still believe that they should be in the top 25 rankings. I'll bet cash money on that shit. In any case, Navy goes into Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida to take on the University of South Florida.
Give me Navy, but this game will be close-ish. What's the spread?
Navy by 3, and the over-under is 56.5.
3? Yeah, that sounds about right.
Big Mac, what you got to say about Navy versus South Florida?
I'm going to take Navy.
Yep, fair enough. Booyah, Navy.
I don't think it's going to be 3 points. I think it's going to be by like 1 point.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, should be pretty close. It really should be. All right, now, possibly the game of Saturday. We got number 3 Georgia going into Oxford, Mississippi to take on Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, Jackson Dart, when he gets hit, he starts getting the happy feet. He's going to get hit a lot tomorrow. Yeah. Give me Georgia.
I was going to say the Georgia defense is what's going to be the difference maker. I think that this is going to be the best team Ole Miss has seen all year, and I think they get mollywopped, especially in the second half. I feel like Georgia could run away with this game in the second half.
No, for sure. And I'm still on the train of like, look, this is the Georgia revenge tour that we're seeing right now. And I mean, they have one loss on their season to Alabama.
Yeah.
Man, it's not even going to be close for Georgia when they get the win over Ole Miss. Ole Miss, look, Lane Kiffin, I like you. Jackson Dart, you should be in the Heisman Trophy discussion, but
they're talking to you.
Yeah, you're going up against Georgia. I'm sorry. Now, like we were discussing earlier, we got 5-4 Michigan, the reigning, defending national champions, going into Bloomington, Indiana to take on the Hoosiers, who are ranked 8th in the country.
Boy, I've been contemplating this ever since I saw that on lunch. You know what? Give me Michigan in the upset.
Ooh. Well, wait. Don't you have Indiana in the predictions that we made?
Yes. So I've been going back and forth.
Fair enough.
But for no mercy's sake, give me Michigan with the
upset. Okay. Hey, I tip my hat to you, good sir. I respect that. Big Mac, what you got?
Oh, I mean, I'm taking Indiana.
I'll take Indiana as well. I'm still sticking to my guns. Indiana is undefeated for a reason. Signetti, whatever he's doing in Indiana.
For a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason. Competition is the reason. But again, they're better than Michigan. They're a better team than this Michigan team.
Plus, I think Signetti came into Indiana and he was like, you know what? What Dan Campbell is doing in Detroit, I'm going to do for this fucking team.
Yeah, absolutely. But opinions are like assholes, and that's just mine.
Wow. I knew where you went with that one. I love it. Oh, man. All right. So we got number 17, Iowa State, who suffered their first loss, and wow, did they drop in the rankings. They went from the top 10 to now 17. They now find themselves going into Kansas City, Missouri to take on the Jayhawks.
Another team that I'm disappointed in.
I mean, this isn't basketball. So no. I'm still gonna go with Iowa State.
Yeah, I'll take Iowa State as well.
Okay, I'll take Iowa State too, just because I'm very disappointed in what Kansas. Kansas was supposed to be good this year, and they were not.
Yeah, and literally, I watched the first 3 Kansas games this year because of that. Because I did I knew that was one of the teams that you highlighted. And it's just, one of those things where I watched the game and it's just bad fundamentals, bad fundamental football, which just, I mean, it was bad. But yes, I have much more confidence in Iowa State.
Madam, what are you doing right now?
Dude, she's been there for like 10 minutes. Where you been?
I've been on the ESPN page, but I ain't even mad. I'm not. Welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, she's been here a long time.
That's what I was like.
Anyways, so like you said, there's no reason, or I think it was LSU. Anyways, Clemson is in the top 25 rankings. They find themselves going into Blacksburg, Virginia to take on Virginia Tech.
Give me Clemson. Virginia Tech's just not that good. Clemson ran into a roadblock this past week, but they're better than Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I'll take Clemson too. On top of the fact, look, Virginia Tech, you have an awesome entrance. It'd be a lot better if you guys were actually fucking good.
Yeah, they're not good. I want to be the first to say again, I'm the one that predicted Vanderbilt to beat them at the beginning of the season.
Fair enough. Big Mac, who you got?
Clemson, because fuck any Virginia team.
That's fair. All right. This should actually be a good game. We got number 25 Army going into Denton, Texas to take on North Texas, who is actually surprisingly doing good this season.
Well,
who?
North Texas. They are currently 5-3 right now.
Who?
Army.
25 Army.
Oh, man,
I'm taking Texas.
North Texas should not win this game. I'll give me Army, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, I could really see a close game.
It's going to be like 21 to 13 or some shit like that. Maybe 24 to 17. You know what I mean? Something in that realm where it's like I think like Army's going to win, but I don't think they win by like 2 touchdowns or more.
No.
I could see that as well. Next game up, we got a battle of North Carolina right now. We got Duke going into Raleigh to take on NC State.
So this game, man, I struggle with because Duke had won a lot of games. And NC State was very disappointing, but NC State has found something. Give me NC State in the upset.
They're not. It's not the upset. NC State is the favorite. Duke is the upset.
Ooh, okay.
Well, give me NC State.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I'll take NC State as well.
I agree, James.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Duke do enough to be impressive. They got beat by the Tar Heels. So
yeah, facts.
That's all I needed to see.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so next game up, we got number 20, Colorado, who finally find themselves in the top 25 rankings, going into Lubbock, Texas, to take on the Red Raiders of Texas Tech.
Texas Tech, Jekyll and Hyde. They could be really good, or they can, but they're not consistent enough to beat Colorado.
Yeah.
No, I feel confident in taking the over 63.5 points. I take the over.
I'll take that as well.
Because I mean, I know that Colorado is
a lot of points.
It is.
I mean, Texas Tech has put up a bunch of points in quite a few games this year, and Colorado, if that's one thing they're going to do, is put up points. So I got a feeling that you know what, you're right. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm thinking more 52 points. Teams would have to score over 30 points. I just realized that. That's why. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's fair. But look, we got a battle of two of the worst teams in the nation right now. We got Kennesaw State going into the Sun Bowl of El Paso, Texas, to take on UTEP.
Hey, look, good story. Kennesaw State beating Liberty, man. That's just one of those where the matchups go. But make no mistake, Kennesaw State's not winning this game. UTEP is going to win this game. And honestly, I think it's going to be 2 scores or more.
Okay. So right now the over-under is 42.5, and UTEP is favored by 3.5.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Now we go into the later afternoon games. I know Kennesaw State and UTEP and Colorado and Texas Tech are part of the later afternoon games, but we got one of the games we need to be on the lookout for. We got South Carolina going into Nashville, Tennessee to take on Vanderbilt.
You sounded real country there for a second.
I heard it too. Shut up.
So let me give you my answer real quick.
For sure.
Boy, I can't wait to be there live in 2 weeks. But yeah, South Carolina's defense is going to be a nightmare matchup for Vanderbilt. I know Vanderbilt's have a good season. Everybody's high on them. But at the end of the day, Dylan Stewart, Emmanuel Mori, Lenore Sellers, Rocket Sanders, Jason Brown, Nicholas Harper, and Mazio Bennett are going to be too much for this Vanderbilt team. Give me South Carolina 27-14.
Hey, I'll take South Carolina as well. I mean, like you said, Rocket Sanders, Sellers, man, I really think they're just going to be too overpowering for Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt football team.
We're going to need that music later.
So I'm going Vanderbilt. I'm being the oddball here. Every time I've bet on Vanderbilt, they've won this year. Every time. Okay. The Alabama game. I mean, granted, I only won $57, but I only bet 10 cents. You understand? Like if that,
a win is a win.
but that's what I'm saying. I've bet on them every single time. So what I'm actually doing is I'm betting on the overall total. So I'm not actually betting on a winner or a loser for this game. But yeah, no, I mean, I really like that Vanderbilt is an underdog in this at home. I feel like it's going to be a good game until it's not.
Well, let's
I know there's going to be a point where that defense says, you know what, it stops here, and I know that, okay, and I'm giving that to you. Your defense is good, okay, but again, I feel like their coaching has been up to par this year. And they've done things and they've changed game to game versus who they've gone against as far as how they decide to attack. So I think knowing that you have probably the best defensive line in college right now, they're going to try to do things to get the ball out quick into the edges and try to, not make your defensive line a factor. Now, they could shit the bed and your team could fucking murder them. And I think that's what you think is going to happen. And it might. It's probably going to happen. But the little sliver that they do have a good game plan, and this is a really good neck and neck game. That's what I want to see. But I know you want to see it 52-0. Beautiful.
Well, I mean,
so ultimately, who do you got?
I mean, I told you I'm taking Vanderbilt.
Okay.
Well,
so
I'm going with the spicy pick.
You're right. They're going to have to throw the ball out quick. The problem with that is you got Nicholas Emanwari out there who is a ball hawk, right? And even Vegas. So this game started out as a 3-point spread for South Carolina. It is now grown to 6.5. That's because they're seeing something. You know what I mean? Like Vegas doesn't just fuck up. So that's my take. Give me South Carolina big. Not big, but 27-14.
Yeah, no, it should be a good game between South Carolina and Vanderbilt. I mean, Vanderbilt, they've been doing a lot of good things this year. South Carolina, man, they've been cheated out of a few key wins. There's no denying that. But look, moving on, I'll say this. The next 3 predictions we got are easy ones. We got Maryland going into Eugene, Oregon to take on the number 1 ranked Oregon Ducks.
Wow. Oregon and not close.
Yeah. I'll agree with that.
Oregon. I'm taking
Oregon is favored for 23.5.
And they may cover.
Oh, yeah, they'll definitely cover. Next game up, we got Mississippi State going into Knoxville, Tennessee to take on number 7 Tennessee Volunteers.
Mississippi State is ass water. Give me Tennessee big.
They're more ass water than the fucking water in Flint, Michigan. But, yeah, I'm taking Tennessee either way.
Well, no, I wouldn't say it that bad because I wouldn't drink that water. I would drink that. Like, that's not drinkable water. This team is at least they at least compete in some of these games. Okay, I will give them that. They do compete in some of these, even games where they're getting their asses whipped. They still come out. They still make the tackles. They still do most fundamental shit okay. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think that comes down to coaching. But
yeah,
we'll keep on. What's the next game?
So you're pulling a Vandy Chris. You're saying that's the best 1-6 team in college football.
They try their best. Here, damn it.
Speaking of Mr. Vandy, Chris, look, if you got a problem with my NFL Street lineup, WWE edition, go put your own lineup in for NFL Street. God damn.
He did.
I know he did. But look, my roster is my roster, and it is going undefeated. Anyways, we got the worst team right now in college football that is coming off a historic season, but got blown out by fucking Georgia in the Orange Bowl. We got Florida State going into Notre Dame, Indiana to take on 10th ranked Notre Dame.
I mean, like this is like this is a bloodbath. What's the next game?
Yeah, Notre Dame is favored for 26.5.
Yes, and they should be.
Absolutely. But yeah, like you said, moving on. This is easily going to be a good game. We got 11th ranked Alabama going into Baton Rouge, Louisiana to take on 15th ranked LSU.
I struggle with this game because it's at LSU. I really did. But at the end of the day, Alabama is the more talented team. Brian Kelly's a fraud, and Alabama's walking out of Death Valley with a win.
Yep. I'll take Alabama any day of the week. Big Mac, what you got to say about this game?
I like LSU's chances, but roll Tide.
Yep. Right. Alabama is favored for 2.5, but wouldn't be surprising if Alabama walks away with a win in this game. So moving on, we got unranked Oklahoma, who we actually thought was actually going to do something in the SEC. How they're favored by 3 points going into Columbia, Missouri to take on 24th ranked Missouri. It's kind of surprising to me, but I'm going to take Missouri, and that's assuming that Brady Cook starts this game.
We told you last night. And now you're like, I'm so surprised they're favored.
Hey, look, numbers never lie. But, I mean, look, I was a lone wolf when it came to Appalachian State and Old Dominion, and Appalachian State actually won.
Hey, cool. Let's bring up the standings for the year. And let's see who's top dog on that. Oklahoma wins this game. Brady Cook is not going to play. And if he does play, he's not at 100. Right? Oklahoma returns 2 of their wide receivers that have been injured all year, and their defense is pretty good.
Look, I'm taking the over 27 points. I'm right. Saying the game total 27 points. That is how sucky I think this game's gonna be.
Well, no, the over under is 41.5.
No. So that's what I'm saying. So on a betting app, you can go in and you can change it, and what it does is it increases or lowers the odds. So where I'm sitting at right now, the odds are minus 850. That's what I'm willing to bet on. Is this game to go over 27 points? That's all I'm willing to bet.
Hey, I will say this. If Missouri does get the lead and keeps the lead, be on the lookout for Conor McGregor in the group chat. That's all I got to say. Anyways, next game, we got Washington going into University Park, Beaver Stadium, Pennsylvania, to take on the 6th-ranked Nittany Lions.
Penn State.
Yeah,
Penn State, easily.
They're going to kick the shit out of Washington, bro.
For sure. Especially after losing to Ohio State. Oh, yeah.
Like, they need to be like, yeah, there's a reason why we're number 6.
Yeah, yeah. They're going to make a statement in this game, and it's not even going to be close. But speaking of not even being close, we got unranked Nevada going into Boise, Idaho to take on Boise State, and Michael Myers standing in the backfield, Ashton Genty and the Broncos.
Nevada's ass. I mean,
Boise State is favored for 24 points.
And they'll cover.
Yeah, oh yeah, they'll cover for sure.
Next game.
Yep. All right. Fair enough. We got Virginia going into Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to take on 18th ranked Pittsburgh.
Virginia is pretty bad. Give me Pitt.
I'll take Pitt as well.
Come here, especially after the loss they had last week. They're gonna need to win this game.
I said I was the lone wolf that picked SMU to beat Pitt last week, James.
That you were. Shit. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but I will take Pittsburgh in this matchup. I ain't even
you saw that undefeated record and you assumed.
I did. Hey, look, you know what they say about assuming. I ain't even gonna lie about that. You know what they say about assuming. It is what it is.
College football ain't that way. Like 4-3 South Carolina beat the absolute dog shit out of 7-1 Texas A&M.
Yes, that they did. And look, I really thought that Texas A&M was. Hey, I thought they'd at least make it close, but that wasn't the fucking case.
Oh, I was
Texas
also
A&M got their shit kicked in.
I was also the lone wolf on that game.
Oh God, you ain't kidding though. You're not. Look, I will say this though. Number 9th ranked BYU is partying like they're in 1984 as they go in to Salt Lake City, Utah to take on the Utes.
So I love the Holy War. If Utah had been good, like
Mormonism.
What?
BYU, Utah, fucking Mormonism.
Yeah, yes, it was. So Utah was supposed to be good. So this game was supposed to be important, but Utah is super ass and BYU big.
Yep, I'll take BYU as well. I mean, look, Cam Rising, unless you're going to school to get your doctorate, get the fuck up out of there and go to the NFL already.
I got to roll.
You got to roll?
Yeah, I got to go.
All right.
I got to work like super early.
Oh, shit. All right. Fair enough. Hey, peace. Enjoy the rest of your night, my man.
Thanks, man.
Hey, always a pleasure having you on. Have some fun.
I'm taking BYU.
All right, fair enough. And final game of the night, we got Utah State going into Pullman, Washington to take on the 21-ranked Washington State Cougars.
I mean, I don't know shit about neither one of these teams, but I'd take Washington State because they're ranked.
Yeah, I'll take Washington State as well. But now we move on to the NFL. We got the New York Giants, both teams, we got the 2-7 New York Giants going into Germany, or Munich, Germany, I should say, to take on the 2-7 Carolina Panthers. Now, Germany knows what they did to get a matchup this fucking bad. If you know, you know. So we got the New York Giants playing the Carolina Panthers in Munich, Germany.
I'm pulling it up.
Yeah, I was going to say, not to be biased, but I'm going to have to take the New York Giants, assuming that they can actually get their shit together.
Nah, I mean, look, it's the game of the fucking shitty teams. You got two win teams, like.
Yep, and like I said, Germany knows what they did to get a game that fucking bad played in their goddamn stadium. If you don't know, just look at Germany's history between 1939 and 1945.
No worse than America's history from what? 19 hey, we'll say 1916 the 1600s to fucking 1970 fucking one.
You ain't wrong.
400 years.
Bam! God damn it!
All right.
Madam, you are Bette Midler, and you put a spell on him. Can't even be mad though. Cannot. Anyways, after we witness a who sucks worse in Germany, we got the New England Patriots going into Soldier Field, Chicago, to take on the Bears.
Give me the Bears.
Ooh. I mean, Chicago, they have lost, I want to say 3 in a row. Something like that.
You're not losing to the Patriots.
I might take the Patriots for the upset. I might take them. I'm not even going to lie.
The Bears defense is not going to let the Patriots score. Drake May, I'm sorry, the Bears defense is better than the Patriots. All right. And
I
now,
will say this. Mentally, I'm going to go with the Bears. Gut-wise, I'm going to go with the Patriots.
okay.
Anyways, next game up, we got the 7-2 Buffalo Bills going into Lucas Oil Stadium to take on the Colts.
So I'm taking the Bills, but Vegas knows this is going to be a close game.
Mm-hmm.
Like Joe Flacco is going to have a second starting game. He's going to get a little more gel. He's going to launch the ball down the field. He's going to score a couple touchdowns. Like it's going to be a competitive game. Now it's on Josh Allen to run away with it. It's completely on Josh Allen. If he capitalizes early and often, he'll have no problem winning this game. But I think the Bills win this.
Yeah, I could see the Bills winning this as well. They are favored by 4 points, and it wouldn't surprise me if they cover that spread. Next game up, we got the Denver Broncos going into Arrowhead Stadium to take on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Essentially, what you just watched happen last week again, the Ravens versus the Broncos, that's what's going to happen this week.
Oh, so the Broncos get a beatdown in Kansas City.
Yes, the Broncos are going there to get their ass beat. There's no way. Like, there's just no way. Like, Bo Nix can play the game of his life, and he's still not going to win.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's not going to play the game of his life, and they're not going to win. So, let's stay in reality here. Kansas City.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and move on. These next 2 games, it features 3 out of the 4 teams in the NFC South. Next game up, we got the Fighting Atlanta Falcons with the whitest quarterback under center, being Kirk Cousins, as they go into New Orleans to take on the Saints.
I mean, yeah, I'm taking the Falcons.
I'm taking the Falcons as well. The Falcons, they really just have some really good weapons. Kirk Cousins is doing something to utilize those weapons, and their record speaks for itself. So I'm taking Atlanta.
Yeah, Derek Carr, I don't know. I just don't think he has it anymore. I think it's time to move on. And yeah, so I'm going Falcons.
No, for sure. Man, this might be, or definitely will be, a beatdown of epic proportions as the San Francisco 49ers go into Raymond James Stadium to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'm going to take the 49ers. The 49ers are a better overall team. And unfortunately, Baker Mayfield is down 2 of his biggest targets.
Yeah.
So every game is going to be an uphill battle. Now, I mean, this is going to be a competitive game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yeah, ultimately, I don't think Baker Mayfield can do it with 2 tight ends, 1 decent wide receiver, and 2 nobodies.
No, for sure. I completely agree. And the fact that Baker Mayfield is even leading the league in passing touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken, and the Bucs are 4-5, I believe, is just unreal. It's one of those things where it's like stats that seem insane but are actually true. But yeah, I'm going to have to go with the San Francisco 49ers, not to get political, but I think Nick Bosa goes on a fucking run since Donald Trump became elected president. Anyways, though, we got Pittsburgh going into Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland to take on the Washington Redskins.
This one is hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I am going to go with the Redskins.
Yeah, I'll take the Redskins as well. This one shouldn't even be close as Minnesota goes into Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars.
The Vikings should win this game, but again, you cannot count these Jaguars out. I don't like.
No, you really can't. But ultimately, I'm going to go with the Vikings. I mean, Sam Darnold is having a fucking career season right now.
I mean, he's having a good year.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it's not like he's an MVP year. But, I mean, yes, he's having a good year because he has a lot of talent around him. And he's doing very well with that talent. But, yeah,
so,
I mean, really, he should they should absolutely win this game.
Yeah. Yeah. This game should be no surprise. We got the Tennessee Titans going into Inglewood, California to take on the San Diego Chargers.
San Diego Chargers are going to win this game.
Facts.
The Titans might make it competitive at some point, but by the fourth quarter, I think the Chargers are just going to run away with it. The Chargers got a really good defense, and that's what's going to make it hard for Tennessee to be competitive. And it wouldn't surprise me if they only scored like 9 points, literally 3 field goals. I would not be surprised.
Wouldn't surprise me either. I mean, look, the Chargers, they have Nick Bosa's younger brother, Joey Bosa, on defense right now.
Older. He's the older brother.
Oh, okay. Hey, the more you know. The Chargers have Joey Bosa leading the defense right now, and man, oh man, it wouldn't surprise me if the Chargers walked away with this win. Especially with the fact that Will Levis is coming back after a shoulder injury, so we'll see what happens. But ultimately, I'm taking the Chargers. Next game up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles, who have been on a roll recently. And they go into Arlington, Texas to take on the Cowboys. I'm taking the Eagles easily.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles, I mean, granted, again, I think this is going to be a good game, but I do have the Eagles winning this game.
Yeah. And plus, on top of that, we're really seeing what Dallas has been doing when Jerry Jones said he's going all in. So, not even going to be close. Next game up, we got the New York Jets going into Glendale, Arizona to take on the Cardinals.
Give me the Cardinals for the upset.
Okay. Yeah, I was even talking about it with my wife. She wanted to... she was going between the Chargers defense and Arizona's defense. Ultimately, I think she went with Arizona's defense, but yeah, I'm going to take Arizona as well.
So I'm taking Arizona because they can put points on the board. And Kyler Murray scored over 25 points in, I believe, 4 or 5 of the games he's played in this year. So he's put up points multiple times. He's got multiple weapons. And again, between McBride, Harrison, and Connor, he's going to do just fine.
Oh, for sure.
I don't think the Jets are good enough yet. Like, there's not. It was like if they would have got Devontae Adams week 1, like this by now, it would be a different team. But because they just got him, he's just getting acclimated. It's like it's going to take 4 or 5 weeks, and by that time, like this team. They're going to be humming the last 2-3 games of the season. They're going to be putting up points, Jack. But guess what? Then they're going to have to wait a whole nother year.
Yep. Completely agree. Anyways, so for Sunday Night Football, we got arguably the best team in the league right now being the Detroit Lions as they go into Houston to take on the Texans.
So I am going to take the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely game of the week. I'm happy that this is the Sunday night game because this is going to be a big time game.
Yes.
But I'm taking the Lions.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions as well. And final game for Monday Night Football, we got the Miami Dolphins going into LA to take on the Rams.
The healthy Rams.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, my heart wants to take Miami, but I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah, I'll take the Rams as well. I mean, the way that the Rams have been playing for the last few weeks, I mean, look, like, you talking about rebuilding? Nah, I'm taking the Rams as well. But yeah, so that is all we got for the NFL predictions. Big Mac, I want to thank you again for being able to come on here and be a part of this show. It's always a fun time when you come on here and we're able to talk sports. Enjoy the rest of your night, and hey, enjoy your weekend, my man.
Yes, sir. Let me know if you want to do the show Sunday, and we'll jump on here and we'll do the show Sunday morning.
Hey, you already know I'm gonna be part of the show on Sunday morning, man.
All right. Well, you let me know. You know what I mean? Probably, I guess tomorrow night or whenever. You'll let me know. I'll send you the show call, and we'll get it all set up. But until next time, peace, brother.
Absolutely. Peace out, man. Enjoy the rest of your night and enjoy your weekend.
You too, brother. Peace.
Absolutely. Peace. All right. So that was another episode of the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on social media. Obviously, we talk about things that are going on in the sports world that shows like FS1 and ESPN are too chicken shit to talk about. Why? Because look, there's a lot of things going on right now, but we stick to what's going on in football, college football, and even baseball right now. I mean, look, it's not even close. But hey, I hope everybody out there enjoys the rest of their night and has an awesome weekend. On top of that, all you got to do is be sure to check myself and Big Mac out this Sunday for for game day countdown with Mac and James. Man, you're not going to want to miss it. On top of that, Sunday night, be sure to check out Football Frame of Mindset. And man, oh man, do they know their stuff. Aside from that, be sure to check us out on Monday night when we discuss wrestling things on Legends of the Squared Circle. Man, it's going to be a fun time. You're not going to want to miss it. Until then, I will see y'all. Peace